They found several copies of the worst game in history buried in the middle of the desert. And the worst part of this story is the reason why they were buried. For those who don't know, the one considered the worst game in history is the E.T. game, which was released in 1982 by Atari. At the time, the company tried to capitalize on the movie's hype to make a video game in 1 month, but it ended up being a failure and the company couldn't sell millions of copies. And the main point here is that at this moment, a legend emerged, which says that Atari took the unsold copies and buried them in the desert to hide their failure. And this legend lasted for several years, until in 2014, Microsoft decided to launch an expedition to look for copies of this game. And when this expedition finally arrived in the desert, they were completely shocked. That's because they actually found several copies of the E.T. game, but that wasn't all. The expedition also found copies of other Atari games, and at that moment, they discovered that Atari didn't do this to try to hide the failure, as the legend says. In fact, the company found it cheaper to bury thousands of copies of their less sold games than to keep them in a warehouse.